the cat. Circumvallate here are in the back of the tongue, just like in the human. They look quite a bit different, though. So when you, could somebody slide over that tongue? This tongue is much better. You might want to take a picture. Circumvallate here, right there. Little arch of larger papillae. Okay, and then at the very back of the tongue, see the epiglottis. And the job of the epiglottis is to close off the opening to the windpipe. So here, if I put the probe in, you can see the opening to our windpipe, our trachea. But here it's, so the hole is the glottis, covered by the epiglottis. And if we put the probe through, it'll be going through the larynx. And there's two different cartilages that you should know from the larynx. Thyroid cartilage is the major cartilage region, and then below that you have the cricoid, and you can really feel that ring right here. It's like a C shape. And continuing down, we got a little bit. Continuing down, we've got the tracheal cartilage, which goes down to our lungs, but we can see the branching in the cat. Our bronchi, you can, behind the heart. Let's see if you can see it. One branch going into each side of the lungs. How many lungs do we have? How many lobes of the lungs do we have in the human? 5. We have an extra one in the cat. Okay. And going back up. So we don't want any food going down the windpipe, but we do want to allow food to go down the esophagus. So let's see if I can get the probe into, here is the problem, it's twisted around. So that's really the way it goes. So windpipe is in front, so here's the trachea in front. Esophagus is in back. So our esophagus here is this tube. I'm going to put it in this way. So here's our esophagus. It's going to go down behind the lungs, so going down dorsally into the stomach. The stomach's right here. Be careful not to confuse the spleen with the liver. And of course, in between, which I don't think we have any remnants of, you have the diaphragm. So the diaphragm is separating the thoracic cavity with the lungs from the abdominal cavity. So that means the esophagus has to go down in through the diaphragm. So stomach, spleen kind of has the same texture as the liver. And let's see how the pancreas looks here. Pancreas is also going to put pancreatic amylase and a digestive enzyme into the small intestines. That, oh good, I didn't separate them completely. So we can actually see pancreatic ducts, which you can't see here, going into the small intestines. But let's go back to the stomach. The last part of the stomach would be the pylorus, ending in the pylorus sphincter. Then we have a little hook going around our duodenum. Aha! Okay, see how we have a skinny bit? Pylorus, sphincter, fat bit. Fat bit would be the duodenum. It's a little bit wider in diameter relative to the small intestines. And small intestines, what is this? Small intestines going all the way down. The first region of the small intestines would be the jejunum, and then I don't know if we have a landmark or anything here, but at a certain point it's going to become the ileum, going down and joining the large intestines, also known as the colon, at the ileocecal valve. And you can feel a bit of toughness where that sphincter is. The iliosphinctal valve is a sphincter. How about an appendix? Okay, so here on the models you'll clearly see the human appendix, but we're not going to worry about the appendix with the cat. You do have an obvious cecum here, that's part of the large intestines, and then with the human, remember we have the ascending, transverse, and descending colon, large intestines, and then, but you guys don't have sigmoid on your list, but yes, then we have the S-shaped one, the sigmoid, and our large intestines ends in the rectum, and then the last sphincter is the anus. There somewhere. That's your digestive system.
Pause.
Yeah.
Can you go back and you want me to tell